Ovill McKenzie looks in great shape, doesn't he? And he can punch. Beat Terry Dunstan, Darren Corbett and Buster Keaton to win the prize fighter. Tony Bellew coming into this on the back of a pretty patchy performance against Bob Adjisaf earlier this year. A 9-fight novice, had to get off the floor to win that fight. And McKenzie has also fought Adjisaf, and when he met him, he was on the wrong end of what he reckoned was a poor points verdict, and he did actually have him down. Yeah, he did, and but I just referred to that prize fighter cruiserweight victory for McKenzie. Of course, that was a 14 stone fall. Yeah. This is 12-7, and he wasn't much of a 12-7 that night, which shows how good a boxer he is. Yep, he was fighting some big lads. You can see he is a very fit fella. Trains in the Shinfield gym up in Summercoats, 10 miles outside Derby. And I would advise you, if you're thinking of going to make a cup of tea or something, or popping out of the room, don't do it for a little while yet, because this could happen at any time. Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, their records on paper don't suggest they're massive punchers, but we know they can really bang, and these two are going to go for it, and they just opened up against each other in the corner. Again, Bellew letting the right hand go. Well, Anthony Farnell said of Bellew after that Adjisaf performance that he'd maybe just been a little bit ring rusty, and that he'd been trying to load up on his punches too much, and that this time we'd see more of Tony Bellew, the boxer. Well, that's what I expected, because he knows, you know, McKenzie can punch. He knows he looked bad last time. He's got to show everybody that he's got a head on top of his shoulders and can use it. I'd like to win spectacularly, Bellew, to increase his chance. Oh, goodness me, well, there's a right hand from McKenzie, and we said that he could be a bit vulnerable, Bellew, and he gets caught by a chopping right hand, and in the first round he is down and the upset is on. And he may not well get through this, and there's a long time left. We know McKenzie can punch. Minute to go in this opening round, and dangerous moments for the Liverpool favourite Tony Bellew. Ovill McKenzie, no respecter of reputations, and you can see straight away there just why he is such an avoided man in boxing, because he has that sort of one-punch knockout power. Well, he's got 47 seconds to stop this now. He's got to let the shots go. Doesn't want to allow Bellew time to get back his senses. Well, Adjisaf had Tony Bellew down early. Now McKenzie's had him down, as Bellew almost walks into another one then as he came inside. And Ovill McKenzie, you can see, is really fancying his chances in this one. He looked very relaxed, didn't he, when he made his way in? Yeah, when I saw the odds of, it was 9-2 for the stoppage from McKenzie, I thought they were good betting odds. Rendell Munro, who trains with Ovill McKenzie, is sitting watching. And a lot of the big names have stayed on to watch this one. A lot of interest in it. Right hand just behind the back of the head. I mean, they can disorientate you, those sort of shots, but you know, whatever happens now, this has been a terrible fight for Bellew. He always talks a good fight, proud lad, and he's got a puncher's reputation, and he'll be wanting to now start to change the course of the fight, which went so dramatically against him in those opening 3 minutes. Ovill McKenzie said after 3 or 4 rounds, Tony Bellew tends to start losing interest. Well, he'd better show a bit of interest now. It might not go 3 or 4 rounds. Well, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say loses interest. He may lose concentration. When I say break, you don't punch. Do you understand? And you don't need to being warned for punching on the break, and also for holding, and being told emphatically by the referee Phil Edwards to clean up his work. And Ovill McKenzie getting a couple of words of admonishment as well. Yeah. Well, after that first knockdown, I can't believe Tony Bellew would lose concentration for 1 second during this contest. No, it kind of channel a man's channel a man's thoughts, wouldn't it? You wind up picking yourself up off the canvas after, what was it, just over a minute? I think it's going to be, if he goes down again, it'll be through a counter punch. He's renowned for loading his own shots. Wants to get those power shots in with every punch. Well, you sense that he's trying to hold himself back, Bellew. He's trying to respond to what his corner's saying, trying to just box this man and not hang his chin out and leave him in a position where McKenzie's able to throw those big, powerful counters. Oh, what a good shot. Second time, right hand again. 1, 2, bang, bingo, down he goes. And Bellew again has a long time to try and survive this second round. Referee's having a close look at him. He's got a minute and a half.
I'll be surprised if he gets through this. You know, straight back up, fair play to him. He took the punch well.
Ovill McKenzie will look to finish this fight right here. Bellew now goes into fighting instinct onto the cobbles, and he's trying to now find big punches of his own to try and get his way, claw his way back into this. But twice now he has touched down, in that second one, well, it was a really sweet punch from McKenzie.
Yeah, it was. He needs now to just use the experience for the hours of the days. Jab, hold on a little bit, just concentrate now.
McKenzie, you can see, gloves low, brimful of confidence, just waiting for Bellew to come in. And Tony has got to be so wary now of that big concussive right hand.
He's still trying to land that big right of his own, though, Bellew.
Well, I did suggest it was going to be a hit or be hit sort of fight, and that the points decision was not exactly the greatest bet. Here we are in the second round. It's a 12-rounder. You've got pretty good odds on it going that distance, wouldn't you?
No, it's that right hand on the top that Bellew's got no defence to.
Complaints from Bellew about holding on from McKenzie, and Phil Edwards, the referee's got to be on his mettle as well in there.
McKenzie's just so awkward, and he does have unbelievably long arms.
Is that right, the statistic which was given? Well, 77-inch reach, that's phenomenal.
They say that your height and your reach should measure the same.
Listen to me,
65 and a half, man.
You're waiting to let him. Listen to me, you can't let him wait. Bang, bang.
Here's the action that saw Bellew down again. That was a great shot, and it means that that's 2 10-8 rounds.
And you know, it was such a heavy shot. I mean, he did well to get back up, but right to the side of the head. I just can't believe he's going to avoid those for another 10 rounds.
He looks as though he's clear-eyed, looks as though he's with it.
Well,
says to the referee, he's asking me if he said I'm all right. Yeah, of course I'm all right.
I'd like to see the odds on this now.
Well, I wouldn't wager a huge amount on Tony Bellew, but you never know.
He's got to start using the jab, and obviously moving away from that right hand of
well, there are the odds now.
McKenzie.
McKenzie is now 4-1 on. 11-4 shot Tony Bellew. 11-4
so
when it's
quickly.
been down twice.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's not.
That's the most generous, isn't it?
Exactly.
You can see all the time McKenzie has that right hand cocked. He's just waiting for the opportunity, waiting for Bellew to commit himself. And he's not been remotely inconvenienced so far.
Well, it's Bellew's style, of course, but he's got that left hand very low.
Looking to tee off all the time with the concussive right. Inactivity of Ovill McKenzie, you might have thought was going to be a factor. Only that one fight since the prize fighter back in 2009. He's been avoided, you can see why.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got no title, and who would want to fight him?
Well, he might have a title after this, because he'd be the Commonwealth champion if he continues the way he's done so far. Not found the big shot so far in the third, though. 90 seconds remaining. It's around about now that he usually seems to put one in, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Fair play to him fighting back, but is he fighting the wrong fight? Is he going, you know, too gung-ho here?
Well, he's got to find a way of getting back into it somehow, and he's got to be landing punches to just pick up some points. Bellew's having a little bit more success in this round. McKenzie hasn't done a great deal thus far.
He's just got to get through these next 2 or 3 rounds and then maybe start to use his boxing ability. And McKenzie might, as you say, the inactivity might catch up with him.
He looks so fit though, McKenzie, you'd suspect that he could keep going like this all night. unless, of course, Bellew can provide something of an equaliser.
Well, he's got the power to do that. Good body shot inside there. McKenzie took it well.
Well, he really needed an impressive win, didn't he, to try and regain a little bit of career momentum after that really patchy performance, as I was saying, in his last contest. Needed to look good. Not looked too clever so far, but he's had a better round in the third than he has in the first two.
Yeah, he's still stumbling a little bit around that ring. I don't think he's quite cleared the head.
Come on.
All right, son.
Trying to raise Tony Bellew's spirits in that corner. Anthony Farnell wants him to box. You can hear him saying sharp jabs.
Yeah, and he was still upset about being knocked down, and Anthony Farnell rightly said, forget that.
What's done's done. You can't change it. Look to the future, and there's still a long way to go in theory. We've only had 3 rounds of a 12-rounder.
Well, we really will. This will be a test of how fit he is now, because when you put down heavily like that, it takes a lot out of your legs.
It would be a terrific comeback if Bellew were to be able to turn this one around now. McKenzie limited, unorthodox, but he can punch.
And the right hand seems to follow the left hook from McKenzie, so he needs to get wary of that. Start reading it. Keep peppering him with a jab like that.
He's having a bit more success now, but McKenzie stepping inside and landing a clubbing left hook of his own.
If he starts to mix shots, that's when he could walk onto one.
Bellew fancies his chances of putting McKenzie away, of course. And just signs that he's boxing his way back into this now.
That's better off the jab. He's a real gladiator, Tony Bellew, you know. Doesn't want an easy fight, he just wants to get in there and hurt his opponent.
He's certainly not having an easy fight, is he?
No, he's not.
He's in danger. That's a good shot. Yeah. Good shot. That's the best that he's produced so far. Everton struggled against Wigan earlier on, 0-0. I don't suppose that's put him in the greatest of moods.
I think that'll be the last thing on his mind at the moment, though.
Forgot to check how Derby County had gone on.
That Derby County 0.
Well, Bellew's doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, maybe a sign McKenzie might be feeling the pace here.
Yeah, getting back well in the third. Well, my card did enough for that. And he's forcing the fight in the fourth as well, so the gap is changing, the gap is narrowing. It'll be 4 points after those first 2 rounds, but he's coming back.
We're both sensing it, aren't we?
Yeah, you sort of think, here it comes, there it goes. Bellew's trying to unload, and he's getting a little bit closer. He's not been able to batter the target as he would wish so far, but there's a bit of reddening around the nostril of McKenzie. I think the jabs have starting to take their toll. A little bit of blood coming out of his right nostril.
Showing great fitness, to be fair to him.
Yeah, to get up from those 2 knockdowns, and the second one was a heavy one as well.
Very heavy.
First one was one of those sort of clubbing blows which you didn't see. You heard him say it around the back of the head, but the second was a big knockdown.
And go side on, beautiful. He's bending down, and he's getting the back here. Yeah?
Remember the Marquez Pacquiao fight, Richie? I think Marquez was down 3 times in the first round, wasn't he? He came back and boxed his way to a draw.
Yeah.
And you can see that Tony Bellew is starting to land more punches. 30 as against 16 from Ovill McKenzie. And for me, he's won the last 2 rounds.
Yeah, he has won the last 2 rounds. And you know, I don't think it's a chin problem with Tony Bellew. I think it's just his defence is not as good as it should be, and he's walking onto punches.
And McKenzie He'll want to show that he's a little bit more than a one-trick pony, that he's got more than just the big right hand, but that's certainly the danger punch which commands the respect of Tony Bellew. 28 years old, he was fairly late coming into the pro ranks, wasn't he? So it's had to be a fairly rapid, and it's got to be a fairly steep learning curve. He's been calling out Nathan cleverly. He's got to get past this fella first.
Yeah, and I think McKenzie is the sort of fighter that is always ripped. Could stop training for 6 months and still not put an ounce of weight on. So I think it's a question of how fit he is. We certainly know how good a puncher he is.
Yeah, not exactly got a high fat percentage, has he?
No.
Bellew sense has got the greater variety, and he's got, well, what I thought was a reach advantage. The long arms of Ovill McKenzie might prove that to be a lie, I don't know, but he's certainly enjoying more success with that jab than he was earlier on.
He is, he's warming to the task a little bit now. Doesn't want to make shots too much himself, but the right hand's down the line too.
Commonwealth light heavyweight title is the one that's on the line. It's a good body shot, solid punch from Bellew, and a little bit of a buzz of acclaim from the Littlepudlian faithful who've stayed on to cheer on their local champion. Again, a little bit of a touch on the break. Be careful about that. He's already been warned about it by Phil Edwards. Wasn't accountant, wasn't he, Tony Bellew? He was a younger man before he went into this full time.
He's a clever kid. That's yeah, he's a clever kid.
His mum works in a rather splendid Greek restaurant just round the corner.
He's under pressure here.
He is. It's warming up. And McKenzie's going looking for him again. Just looks a little bit disorganised, Bellew, when he gets under that sort of pressure.
Well, he's felt the power, of course. He's keen to not get hit again, as you'd expect.
Warned for use of the head, and rightly so.
McKenzie realises here he needs to take the play away again. Lunging in there, dangerous with the head.
Bellew didn't like that, and he was looking for the referee to do something about it. Head's going again for the second time from McKenzie.
Dean, you get him. You get him, Dean. Right. Listen. Put it on him, right? You don't like it. More body shots, yeah? Put it on him. Keep your left hand up. That cuts nothing, don't worry about that. Nothing. Yeah? You've got to put it on him. He's knackered. He's knackered. You're taking too long to get your shots off, honestly. Wow. This one. That's it. Don't take long to get them shots off, right? Let him go, right? Try. So, doing that great. That's
Keep your head still.
Come here.
Clash of heads has caused a nasty little nick above the right eye of Tony Bellew. Blood as well coming from the nose, but he's being told by his corner that Ovill McKenzie's just about all in. I'm not too sure about that.
No, he put a lot of effort in the last 30 seconds, McKenzie, showing us a bit of energy we didn't think he had. So I think he's still in this contest.
Well, the bleeding has been stopped. It's a nick above the right eye. There was some fairly blatant use of the head from McKenzie. Perhaps a wee bit lucky not to get away with the deduction of a point.
Well, he hadn't done much with the head before that, so it was the first time it was accidental.
Not too sure it was accidental second time. Anyway, he's got a little bit of a wry smile on his lips as McKenzie. Not sure he's going to be smiling too much if Bellew managed to connect with one of those big right hands. He's looking to attempt to detonate on his chin.
I think coming into the fight, Bellew would have been the fitter of the two men, but how much has those punches taken out of his legs? That's the question. Mixing it up well now.
I think he's recovered remarkably well considering what went before. How did you score that last round, incidentally?
I scored that one to McKenzie for the work he did in the last minute. as much
which
before
on
that.
your card would leave him 3 points
3
ahead
points
at
up,
this
yeah,
stage.
yeah.
12-rounder, of course, so the onus is on Tony Bellew to dictate. Switches briefly to southpaw, then thinks better of it.
Better work from Bellew. You know, he seems to have learnt to avoid that right hand. Shouldn't say that, should I?
It could be.
Like that, oh gosh.
It was almost, Nicky, the commentator's curse.
Exactly, but he's riding it better now.
That's a good shot from Bellew. Bellew's best punch, and another one, and another. He's going looking for McKenzie now.
Terrific punches they exchanged there. McKenzie took it so well, though.
He really tries to tee up, does Ovill McKenzie on that right hand when he throws it. My goodness, does he load up. But Bellew has landed solid shots, but how much is that effort taken out of him?
Good left hook and right uppercut inside from McKenzie. Took them well, Bellew. This is not really what he wants to be doing, I don't believe. May prove me wrong, but I think this is falling into the trap of McKenzie.
Less than a minute to go in the 6th round. A few people thought it wouldn't go as far as this. McKenzie said if it went to this stage, it'd be his fight, but
Shook McKenzie
Bellew coming on strong.
Anthony Farnell told him to work hard in this round. He's really working hard.
Well, hats off to Tony Bellew. He's turning this fight around, and he's walking down McKenzie, trying to land big headshots. And if one or two of these collect flush, you wonder how much McKenzie's going to have left. Still looks clear-eyed at the moment and responds with a couple of right hands of his own off the ropes, and Bellew just fell into him after that second one, landed pretty much flush.
Somebody is going to walk into a shot at the moment. I think there's a few seconds left of this round. May not happen here, but if it carries on like this, there's no way this is going to go. There's the left hook.
Well, what a dramatic round this has been. Bellew was dictating terms, McKenzie rode out the onslaught, and the bell goes, and what a dramatic round that was. Bellew takes it, but he also shipped a lot of punishment in the last few minutes. Take a look at the action here.
I mean, yeah, the way they swap right hands here. He certainly obeyed tactics from the orders from Anthony Farnell. He came out and really worked, but whether he worked the correct way, you know, I don't think Anthony Farnell wanted to mix it up this much. So landed some terrific right hands. McKenzie took them so well. He did wobble him with one shot at the end of that round.
Hey, let's work it then. Come on. Tony Colby's waiting for you.
Stirring stuff from Anthony Farnell. Trying to raise his man, focus him on the battle ahead as we move into the second half of the fight.
Well, Anthony Farnell knows his man better than I do. He trains with him every day, but I just think maybe jigging up that much might be a mistake. He might walk under a shot here.
We will see.
He's got the ability to win this with a jab without committing himself so much.
You've got the gap on your card now, Nicky, down to 2 points.
Plenty of time, only halfway through the fight.
What a hard fight it's turning out to be. It was always going to be the battle of the bangers, this one. Two fellas who really throw their punches with hurtful intent. Now McKenzie, it's his turn to bully Bellew back. How much did that big effort in the last round take out of Bellew? But that's a good body shot.
That's a great shot underneath on the left hook too.
The right hand into the body really thundered in from Bellew. Marked up around the eyes though, the champion. Both eyes bruised, and the right eye is cut as well. A bit of blood as well coming from his nostrils.
He's taken some good shots at this round and seems to have learnt to take them.
Well, it helps if you see them. He certainly didn't see the one which put him down first time round, did he?
No. McKenzie showing signs of tiredness now. Defence dropping.
He's a more static target. He's not as mobile as he was earlier in the fight. Still looking for that big right hand. Showing that he's still got danger, still got power.
He won't lose that power throughout this contest, but he might lose the ability to land the shot. When you get tired, you know, you don't throw with the same speed or accuracy.
Turning out to be the hardest fight of Tony Bellew's career, this one, whatever happens.
And how much has Bellew put into this contest? Those knockdowns and the work he's done to work himself back into this contest. How much has he got left? It's a really grueling contest with 6.5.
Oh, big left hand. Yeah. And Bellew does no more than just wave him in and say, yeah, OK, that was a good shot, come and give me some more.
Is that bravado or what?
You suspect that a big punch is coming one way or the other. Trying to unload and uncork the big uppercuts. That's a good right hand from Bellew.
Terrific jab too from McKenzie.
Can't take your eyes off this one, Nicky. Might not be the sweet science, but goodness me, it's dramatic.
Yeah, I mean, he really put everything into that round, landed some terrific shots. McKenzie, we know, has got a terrific chin. But Bellew is taking the shots better now. He's warmed into this.
Round 8.
If Bellew won that last round, did you give it to him, Nicky?
Yeah, I did, just.
Well, if he wins the last round, then the gap now is down to a single point. It's as close as that. And who'd have put the money on that in the first two, when Bellew twice touched the canvas?
I think there's no doubt this has been a hard fight for both men. McKenzie will be tiring, but I don't think he knows the meaning of the word fold. He certainly won't give in.
No, ready to fold. I'm not sure that that is quite accurate. Maybe a bit of kidology trying to inspire Bellew, the big man, the bomber from Liverpool, trying to give him a little bit more confidence, a little bit more power, a little bit more belief in the closing rounds. We're into the 8th, remember.
Now Bellew's starting to use the jab, which I think is the right tactics, but he's not. Oh, great right hand.
Yeah, but didn't he take it well?
He did take it well, but I don't think he's throwing that jab with enough force. And McKenzie might try and walk through that one if it's not going to hurt him.
That right hand landed pretty flush, and McKenzie just blinked and kept coming. The upsetter is still looking for that upset once more.
Still both looking for that one big pot shot.
Big swing from McKenzie there. The left hand missed by about 1.5 feet. But now back into range, and Bellew has to take a couple of solid right-handers.
Yeah, the first one wasn't connected properly, but the
second one certainly did.
And then he took it so well.
Well, it is a hard fight, and I think the pair of them are going to have a few aches and pains after this one. Tribute to the conditioning of Bellew, though, that he's come back as well as he has.
Yeah, amazing conditioning. Good right hand.
And now looking for McKenzie, looking for the big finish.
If McKenzie gets tired, he will suddenly go over.
Oh, good shot, good left hand, right on cue, tremendous left hand, and now it's McKenzie's turn to try and recover, and how quickly is he going to be able to regroup? Phil Edwards has a close look at him and says, walk towards me. He looks a bit unsteady, clash of heads, and Bellew looking to finish it, and he stopped it right here and now, and McKenzie cannot believe it, but Tony Bellew, after 2 knockdowns in the first 2 rounds, has come back, and he's ended it in round 8, and what a turnaround that one was. Look how it came. There's the left hook.
They traded right hands all night, and in the end it was the left hook that did it. Right on the point of the chin. Weight going on to the punch as well. Oh, right through the target.
I thought he looked a little bit unsteady when he got up from that, not surprisingly.
Well, of course, exactly. I mean, he took it so well. Like, you know, very, very few fighters in the world would have got up from that punch. That was a really terrific punch, right on the point of the chin.
Now, Tony Bellew is an interesting fighter. He is somebody you have to watch. It's hit or be hit. And that left hook when it came, and then the stoppage, the referee stepped in, and no further damage had been done.
That's what I'm saying. So why let it go on, then stop it without a punch being taken?
maybe he just thought, I got it wrong first time round, but McKenzie...
But you can see there he's perfectly in control of his legs.
But there we are.
Well, Tony, sensational ending to a gripping fight, but you didn't have things all your own way, did you?
Oh, listen, like this, the pro game. I've gone in with a guy, another one, seriously avoided, like Bob had you say, found myself on the floor again. It's a learning process. Twice, yeah, you know. The first one wasn't that much of a heavy knockdown. The second one, I felt it land, I didn't see it. The first one I seen, the second one, I didn't see it coming, so...
How badly hurt were you? It looked like a knockout.
No, listen, ain't no one knocking me out. Believe that.